Welcome back to JD'z Garage. As you can see, here's the picture of the Suzuki RM50. It's a 1980. We have got this frame. I got it really cheap on eBay. Just to recap here, here's the frame. I had to chop the frame in half to fit the motor in here properly. So I've got this 6-inch piece on the top tacked in here, and two of these 6-inch tubes down here. Today I'm going to be cleaning up the paint on everything and going ahead and fully welding these two areas. I'll probably do some time lapse on that because welding can take a bit and get boring. Back here, the swing arm I bought separate, but it is for this bike, and we're going to have to do some work on it too. It's going to have to be widened. Okay, and then back here, this little part here is bent out. Evidently this bike had been in a wreck or took a couple good hits through the years, because there's this, and we're going to be chopping these off and putting a better end on it I have left over from when I upgraded this bike here and added the rear suspension. I had to cut off the fixed frame, so I try to recycle everything, hang on to things, and use everything I can, because sure enough, the tab on this side broke off. This one only has the bottom, and you need that tab there because that's what the chain tensioner goes in. Get your wheel straight, your chain tight before you screw down the actual axle nut. So we're going to be doing that to this swing arm, and to widen it I've got an idea, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But first, today I'm going to go ahead and set up and get to fully welding what I added in here. turn this fan off here. Alright guys, so I went on and welded in the bottom two pieces all the way. I did 3 passes to ensure everything was good. I've grinded it down, and now I'm going to use sandpaper to kind of smooth it out a little. We'll get to this more when we go to paint it. We are going to sandblast it, and get it the color we want. So, I don't have the best setup here. Let's just go like this. Just make it look a little better. Since we did so many welds and got the grinder to it so much, just gonna smooth it out a little. Smooth it out a little. Those two are looking good. I'm going to get the bottom one. This was a weird part here in the frame metal that was here, and then my pipe was a little bigger, plus the side bracket was kind of on the side of their reel. That's why that looks weird. Okay, I think that one's good enough. Alright, I can work with that. Give me a little break from welding and smoothing these out with a grinder. Let's see, now I'm going to go back and work on my 3 passes on the top and getting them like this here. Got the first pass cleaned up on the top. Now it's time for our second welding pass. Alright guys, I finished up the 3 passes on the top. I'm just going to smooth them out a little now. You remember this piece here, the 6-inch piece I put in, was a little bit wider, like 1/8 of an inch. So that's why it might look fat here in the middle. These down here were a little bigger than what we had too. Looking pretty good. Come around here and get this side. Alright, I'm satisfied with that. It's going to be pretty smooth, especially once we sandblast. Get the primer on here. Is it perfect? No. 3 passes. You've got a good base weld. The third one sometimes does this kind of stuff, but this thing is solid. We're going to clean it up. It's going to work. It's just going to be a dirt bike. It's not going on the roadways, the highways, or anything like that. And once we put a flat sheet plate in here and we weld underneath to the flat sheet plate in the frame here, that's going to give it even more support down here. And this up here did really good though. I'm satisfied with it. So what we've got to work on now is this swing arm right here, and I've got to figure out where, that's this side, where I'm going to cut and bring these end pieces here to get good ends on here. So I'm going to configure that and get ready to cut that next. Alright, I got these pieces lined up, which I'm going to cut at these lines. I'm also going to cut it off the original swing arm here, and the same on this side. The reason we're doing this is because this side is bent and damaged anyway, but both of these end pieces on the swing arm are missing this right here. What you have to have, this is a little too big for this groove, but this goes on, and the axle from the rear tire goes through the hole, but you run this bolt here to pull the axle back tight to get your chain tight and get it in position on the same line on both sides so you can tighten the nut down on your rear axle. So that's sort of what is going on here, and we need these 2 pieces on the original swing arm. To get those lines, I just used the lines here that indicate where you're at in tension when you tighten this down. And I went up right there to where my setting here was under the line, and then I could make my line right here for the cut. I did that on both sides. I did it over here, and this is one thing that we're going to do to the swing arm is cut these. After we cut these, weld these on. Then we've still got to widen it. We're going to use the same swing arm bolt hardware that I have coming, but we're going to cut here and we're going to widen this thing so we can get a fat tire on the back. And it's going to be a tad bit longer, and it's going to have these chain tensioners here. So that's the goal with this. And I believe I'm going to call this video here because I need more welding rods. And I've got to order them. I've got to order some square tubing to make the custom fabrication on the swing arm. So the next video we're going to be working solely on this swing arm and getting it on the bike. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Follow me along on this journey rebuilding this bike into sort of a Frankenstein hybrid, but it's going to be awesome. Come back next week for more. I appreciate it.